Welcome back, everybody. In the cat, abracadabra. Welcome back, everybody. It is Friday. It's June the 16th, 2023. A beautiful last couple days of spring here in Montana. And we have another new guitar. The box is much bigger than I expected for what I'm expecting. So we'll just see what they put inside here. As you can see, it's a mono-price Indio guitar. It's their inexpensive little Les Paul style guitar. But the box is just bigger than I expected. So we're just going to pull this out real quick, do a quick check to make sure that it survived this trip. I believe this is called the Classic 66. And again, it's their cheap, inexpensive Les Paul shaped item. It's supposed to be black. And it should be as basic can be, but boy, it's got some weight on it. I don't know what they made this thing out of, but it's not light by any stretch. It feels like it's very well could be in the 8-pound club. Just going to pull it out and again just take a quick look, but yeah, it definitely has some weight on it, which surprises me. I would think that a guitar this basic, the fret ends actually feel great for a inexpensive budget guitar. Body looks fine. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and finish what I'm doing and then come back, plug it in and take it for a spin. But I have to say, the first thing that I'm shocked with are the fret ends. I would think at this price point that they'd be just really rough. And switch feels good. Maybe I'll just plug it in and take it for a ride. Neck is pretty chunky. I don't know, I'm really impressed with the fret ends. Maybe I'm easily impressed these days, but usually at this price point you get cheese graters. So we'll be back and we'll tell you what it's all about. Welcome back. It is now about 4:30 in the afternoon. Again, it is June the 16th, 2023. And this is the Indio Classic 66 V2, which is version number 2. I have no idea what version number 1 was like. I think just based on what I read, it had dot inlays instead of the block inlays. It had a different pickup. I don't know if these are better or worse. Again, I believe this guitar normally sells for $129, which puts it in certainly the bottom tier of budget guitars. It came on sale for $68, so I snapped it up, thinking it might be an interesting purchase, having nothing but low expectations for the price point, and this guitar is absolutely shocking given the price. Even at $129, I mean, that puts it $20, $30 below the most inexpensive Epiphones and the Squires. There certainly are other brands within this price range of no-name guitars, and the Indio by Monoprice. So let's just go over it really quick. The first thing that I noticed, and that surprised me immensely, was the condition of the frets. Not only are they not gritty, I wouldn't say they're highly polished, but as you play it, they clean up. But the most impressive thing to me was the fret ends. As nice as any guitar I've ever owned. And usually in this price point and even above, you can expect to get some cheese grater fret ends, and these are really nice. Fit and finish, I don't see a single issue on the guitar. It looks put together well. I guess they don't put serial numbers on these bottom line guitars, which is fine. Can't imagine there being a heavy counterfeit market and you need to prove that your guitar is your guitar. Not a huge fan of black. Had a few black guitars. I do have one black Dan Electro 59. But, you know, black's a classic color. Doesn't have a pick guard, which I am a fan of pick guards just because I tend to scratch up my guitars in this area, of course, but at this price point, who's going to worry? This guitar was playable right out of the box. I just checked the neck relief. Neck is nice and straight. Comes in at about 0.12. The intonation was spot on. Action's a little bit high, but there's room to adjust it. Now, again, as I found, not only on budget guitars, but any guitar, the truth of the matter is sometimes they hide less than stellar evenness of frets by jacking up the action, and when you lower it, sometimes you get into buzz. I could play this all day long with the action the way it is, but it is a bit high for my taste. But I don't mind high action. I mean, when you bend notes, it actually lets you dig in. The volume and the tone pot work fine. The switch is actually silent, which is shocking. I mean, I've got a $500 Epiphone that has a very profound click when you click it. Now, again, I have no idea how long this switch will last. Oftentimes when people ask, what's the difference between expensive guitars and inexpensive guitars? Oftentimes it is the, for lack of a better word, the robust nature of the hardware. So time will tell. Time will tell the tale. This guitar may fall apart in a day. I doubt it will. It's heavier than I thought it would be, considering that it's a poplar body and it doesn't have a cap on it. It's just a slab body. It comes in at 7.8 pounds, which is some good heft for a guitar. So all in all, I'm very satisfied with it. Not only satisfied, but like I said, quite surprised, because at this price point, the weakest thing on this guitar are the tuners. They work. Once you get it in tune, it stays in tune. They cut the nut really nice. Cowboy chords are all in tune, and when you play down by the nut, nothing is like, so they cut it nice. There's no binding, there's no pinging. The tuners are just really cheap. You can tell they're really sloppy. There's a lot of lash or play. So it takes a little finesse to coax it into tune. But once you do, it seems to hold there fine. And again, these are factory strings, which I am so cheap I rarely change them out immediately. Doesn't look like there's no colored balls on the end, which doesn't really mean anything. They could fake that and say that they were some name brand. But I think what makes a difference is they ship it with this on the strings, and so there's no corrosion at all. I mean, my fingers are completely clean. Oftentimes when I start playing one of these guitars, my fingers will be absolutely black, and it's just from smuts on the string. They say this is a rosewood fretboard. Again, rosewood is a wood. There's many varieties. This is incredibly dark. So I've seen rosewood that's so dark it looks like ebony. I've seen rosewood so light that it looks like, something else. I dropped down the bridge pickup because in the middle position it was just really overpowering, the neck pickup, because it was overpowering the bridge pickup. I will probably do some messing around with pickups. And drop the action a little bit and see if I get some string buzz. If I do, I'll just put it back up to where it was. But again, I'm very, very, very impressed. If someone were buying this for a youngster who wanted to play guitar, again, a lot of guitars in this price range require some work and some attention, and to the beginning guitar player who has no idea how to do any of that, that can make the beginning adventure learning to play guitar very discouraging and frustrating. I can't speak for all of their guitars, but this one came out of the box and was completely playable. And then when you add into the factor of a few other companies are doing it now, but Indio seems to be the one that started it. Yes, it's an inexpensive gig bag, but come on. It's a padded gig bag. included in the price. I mean, the cheapest padded gig bag that I've ever seen is probably $20, maybe $30. So you take a $70 guitar and you take $20 off. Now you're talking a $50 guitar. If you take $30 for the gig bag, you're talking $40 for the guitar. Then you throw in free shipping. The most inexpensive shipping I've seen from anyone, and it's for their used stuff, is like Guitar Center for $20. So take $20 off the equation, and now you're down to $10. It's like, what? $10 for the guitar, $20 for the shipping, you're up to $30. $30 for the gig bag, you're up to $60. You know, it's unbelievable. It's a good time for inexpensive budget guitars. The pickups aren't the best, but it's all a matter of taste. I dialed them in, it plays fine, has good tone. There's just not much else you could ask for. So, I'm going to give this guitar 2 thumbs up. Your mileage may vary, as with all things in life. Thank you very much. I don't think there's any new guitar days coming up anytime soon, unless, because I'm sort of addicted to the IYB IJZ 300 TSB Tobacco Sunburst. I have 2 of them. I purchased 4. 2 have gone back. If they bring them back into the 130, 120 range, I'm probably going to snap up 1 or 2 more of them, because to me that's an incredible value. There's not much to making this slab body guitar. A hollow body guitar, there's a lot more work, and it's really a great value for the price. Even at $230, which is the regular price, I think it's a steal. But when they take it down to 130, 120, it's like, woohoo, I want some of that. So again, thank you for joining us. We never know when or if we'll meet again, but if and when we do, I'll see you then.